just in, the 11 p.m. advisory on Hurricane Matthew.
What you can start expecting 48 hours from now.
This is going to be one that's going to definitely be a nail biter.
Schools, supplies, preparation.
We're walking you through what you can do right now to prepare you and your family.
The latest track just in on Hurricane Matthew.
Our Storm Team 5 meteorologists are here with the very latest, and we will be across the community as well as we all prepare.
We begin with Chief Meteorologist Steve Weigel and the change in the track. Steve?
Yes, a shift twice during the day this morning and early this afternoon, and we have a hurricane now that is going to make a close approach to Florida Wednesday night through Thursday. Well-developed storm tonight, looking very impressive. The wind's 140 miles an hour. Clearly visible, about 15-mile wide eye. Well protected. There's a very, very heavy convection wrapped around the center. There's no dry air getting anywhere near this. That would be a sign that it might weaken a little bit. And we have this other area of thunderstorm activity off to the east that's been kind of tagging along with this for the last 4 to 5 days. So Haiti is next. Category 4 hurricane, potentially making landfall. Doesn't really matter. Either way, it's so close, it's going to have a devastating effect on the southwest coast of Haiti. Then it's up into the Bahamas. Now, this is Wednesday, 8 a.m. It starts to work into the southern Bahamas, Category 4, down to a Category 3, but barely. And getting into Thursday, that is 8 p.m. on Thursday. That is a close approach to us. This is less than 100 miles off our coastline, off West Palm Beach and the Treasure Coast. And obviously on this track, we would feel strong tropical storm force winds, and we're getting very close to feeling hurricane force winds on this track, and then trailing up toward the Treasure Coast and even closer along the coastline on the Treasure Coast before it begins to pull up into the Carolina coastline. Keep in mind, everyone in our viewing area, most of East Coast Florida, is in the error cone at this point, so we could see a track more toward the west or the east or right down the middle the next few days. Here are the computer model tracks. They've been shifting west all day long, and the reason they've been doing this is the Bermuda High that's just off the coastline. It is, in the short term, not going to have much of an effect, but in the long term, it nudges all of these models closer to the coast, and the UK Met model has consistently brought this storm in and made a landfall along southeast Florida. Here's what happens. Typically, our storm would just track through the Bahamas. This time, the high's a little bit stronger. The trough back to the west, a little weaker. So this one turns, gets nudged back in toward Florida, and then wraps up toward the Carolinas after that. Now, here's an important graphic. This is the probability of tropical storm force winds in our area the next 4 to 5 days. And Thursday's our big day. We're now above 50-50 that we'll see winds of 40, 50, or even 60 miles an hour across Vero into West Palm. As far as hurricane wind probabilities, quite a bit less, obviously, but we are looking at some pretty impressive numbers, even so early in the game, between about 10 and almost 20% for the viewing area the next 4 to 5 days. Hurricane watches in effect for the northwestern Bahamas. We are next. No warnings or watches have been issued yet, but tomorrow morning, very likely at 5 a.m. that we will see watches or warnings posted along the southeast coast of our area. James